What would you say is the best weapon for invasions at the moment? Best weapon since the game came out for invasion has always been Golem Greatbow. Second best weapon right now for invasion, I think it would be the Raptor's Talon. The Greatbow, more often than not, is legitimately your only option. The amount of kills you're gonna get with Rain of Arrows is actually absolutely insane as well. It's just free kills on ladder, etc. Now, aside from that, obviously the Greatbow, you can't use that at point blank. But all things considered, I think if you had to pick like one weapon to win the highest number of invasions you could with, I think you'd probably win the most amount of invasion with the Greatbow. Obviously with Golem Arrows. And then second to that, like the best like close quarter weapon, it's not necessarily because like the weapon is great. Like I honestly think Raptor's Talon is not even like it's not even close to being a top weapon in duels. It's just that the weapon just does so damn much damage that, I mean, it's really all you can ask for when you're invading. It's that burst damage. There are other weapons you get more wins with. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I get an easier time with Talon than probably every other weapon. It's just that if you're fighting someone in a 1v1, Talon would not be my first option by a long shot. Dual lances don't perform as well as Raptor Talon. Especially, like, you have to keep in mind, like, I'm talking about 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3. In a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, you don't have time to vortex someone. PSSS doesn't come close to it either. You have to keep in mind, guys, like, I don't think you realize how much freaking damage that shit does. And just like that, that combos, you know, that whole thing is a combo. Like PSSS, you hit one L1, it doesn't combo. This, the L1 combos into another L1. That's half of their HP right there. And then the second time you land that, you get the bleed proc on top of that. And the bleed, like the normal combo usually does about like 1000 damage. And then with the bleed proc, it usually does around like 1400, 1500. So you legitimately kill anyone with 2 combos. Like, there's really nothing in the game that comes close to being that easy to hit with that does that much damage. Like, the other things that come close to that actually are probably Giant Flame Take D, the Giant Fireball, which is very easy to land, also does a fuckload of damage on a proper build. Also range option. Like, it's funny because the most success we've had in general since we started invading and playing this game has been on a pyro build, let alone a pure pyro build, which is kind of funny. Like, our first Deathless stream for Elden Ring was pure pyro and mainly just casting that big fireball and using Catch Flame in duels. The big fireball would probably be around the same ballpark as the 2 I mentioned for invasions, of course. In duels, you can avoid it, but in invasion, invasion, most of the time, you're gonna get hits on people where they don't really see you setting it up. It's around the corner, it's from a distance, it's while they're looking or busy doing something else, you know? We went Deathless for 2 hours the other day with Glass Cannon Greatbow build. I should do one of those, actually. This Greatbow is already super strong. Glass Cannon, you probably do, like, 2-shot with the Greatbow. But it's not gonna work in a lot of situations. When we tried it, it was either really quick or pretty much impossible. Compelling gameplay. Would you like to play a game where it's never your turn? Unironically, I actually think, like, for newcomers right now, I think I would actually recommend an int build. Because I genuinely think when we played that int build the other day, I felt like it had the most fun weapons I had played with in a long time. Like, all the options you had on that build, it felt really fun to play with. Like, I think what I miss the most right now on my character that I had access to on the magic build, it's not even Moonveil, it's not even Chris Dagger or Death Ritual. It's Wave of Darkness. What I miss the most is Wave of Darkness, because Wave of Darkness has so many more use cases and invasions than anything else that you can use, simply because putting Wave of Darkness on a Colossal will be able to tank like almost nearly everything in the game that the opposition will throw at you. And it has some good range too, and gives you enough time to drink an Estus while the Ash of War is still going. Whereas if you compare that to like Stormhawk, you're not going to be able to tank like Colossals with Stormhawk. Same thing with Black Flame Tornado. Like, these Ashes of War are really good damage-wise, but in terms of when you can pull them off, there's like much less situations where you can actually do it. Whereas Wave of Darkness, you can really like not have to worry about what your opponent has, and you can just throw it out, and it's going to protect you while you need to get off their pressure or whatever. Just tanked it. Out of stem. He does not care, he's just R1ing. main combo. Oh. We almost died here by one combo again. Not sure that should have hit there. Oh, nice, we got a wolf. I thought we were gonna have a duel, but maybe not.